imagine that it isn't amusing. Telling this many teenagers to come up with 4 words to describe a solid 366 days, that's a lot. Have you done the math? I haven't. Just saying. But I'm wondering if anybody else has. And honestly, what are we going to say? In reality, as teenagers, our 4 words are probably going to be more along the lines of about what we eat and who we're hanging out with than it is our morals. Maybe that's the thought process that made this so difficult for me. But when I was assigned the presentation, it was incredibly hard for me to come up with 4 words that I wanted to describe my year. And I'm not sure if that's because it was too many or too few or somewhere in between. I'd like to start by sharing some of my brainstorming ideas with you. In the next coming year, here's some phrases I might like to describe me. Leggings are not pants. No student loan debt. Waking up now painless. Savings account for coffee. Well, that was fun. Permanent mental health day. How long till bail? And similarly, it wasn't my fault. I'm still not good at math. I soon realized that the words I did want to describe me were not standing out so much as the words that I didn't. Fortunately for me, everything I didn't want to be opened a door to things that I did want to be. Still, I'll start by sharing with you my original thoughts for the presentation. I don't want to be comfortable. Comfortable. It sounds like such a nice word, such a stable mindset, but that's exactly the danger of it. I'd like to show you a 30-second clip to demonstrate what I mean.
Father, why can't we have direct TV like the McGregors do?
We're settlers, son. We settle for things, like having cable instead of direct TV.
Hey, Jebediah, how's it going?
Working the land, hoping for a fertile spring.
All right.
So, we have to live with lower customer satisfaction?
I'm afraid so. Now, go churn us some butter, boy, and then make your own clothes.
Yes, sir.
Don't be a stickler. Get rid of cable and upgrade to direct.
It's funny, I know, it's definitely amusing, but it hits me just a little bit too close to home because honestly, aren't we all settlers sometimes? We look at what we have in front of us and we say, good enough, or maybe I only deserve this much right now. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Why would we not work towards greater goals and higher standards that we've already set for ourselves? Our band director during this marching season told us consistently, do not let yourselves be comfortable. As soon as you are comfortable, that's when the competition is going to tear you to shreds. So no, I don't want to be comfortable. I want to be so much more than my comfort zone would ever allow me to be, which is simply bored. Boredom is a symptom of depression, a sign of laziness, and a side effect of being too comfortable. Nobody enjoys being bored. While we may see being bored as simply having nothing to do, oftentimes having nothing to do is really just our bodies saying, why aren't you doing what you need to be doing? It's our minds telling us that there are many more things we could be having at the time. It's saying, get up. Boredom is something that the world has created to make us believe that we must be entertained at all times. The world also tells us that we must be hard. I don't want to be hardened. Do not let the world make you hard. That's not to say be entirely soft either. I don't need to be overly soft. Nothing would ever get done. But opposites aren't my point here, moderation is. What is soft in me is what allows me to connect with people on a personal level. It's what allows me to have a heart for missions and compassion towards those around me. I can never be content with myself unless I allow myself to soften my heart and see the beauty in what is around me. I could be happy, but not myself, which is why, to conclude this presentation, I'd like to talk about why I don't want to be happy. That's kind of surprising. My junior year, I asked a lot of people, what do you want out of life? I did it as a survey of sorts, but the thing that stood out to me was the most was the number of people who immediately responded with, I want to be happy. And at first it was cute. It was kind of sweet that people were aiming for something real and not just say money or fame. But after so many people said it to me, I started to feel a little bit angry about it. No one seems to realize this one crucial fact. Happiness is temporary. By definition, being happy means that things are going your way. It's something that we look to justify things that we want. It's in every inspirational movie. We sing about it all the time. It's in our Constitution. We all have the right to the pursuit of happiness. But we're using the wrong word. Happiness is just doing what you want. Wouldn't you rather be in a place where even when things are not going your way, you are still fundamentally okay? If cheating on somebody you committed to spending your entire life with makes you happy, does that make it better? If stabbing someone who makes you angry makes you happy, is that suddenly all right? I don't think it is. We must, as a nation, stop using happiness as our justification to do things that are not acceptable. Because really, aiming for happiness is just another way of settling, and that's just a dreary existence. I hope you agree with me. Thank you.